Hello everyone, welcome to this class. This is the chapter Age of Industrialization. Today's topic is the peculiarity of industrial growth. The peculiarity of industrial growth. Why did the industrial growth of India different when it comes in the situation which happened in Great Britain? Because the industrial growth in Britain was adding a boom to the Britishers to develop. But when it comes to India, it has been different. What was the peculiarity it happened? Let's see. Here for the most of the time, Indian merchants in India, Indian merchants, Indian business, Indian trade were almost under the hand of the European managing agencies for a very long period of time. Afterward, even the Indian businessmen who were established their own business did not trying to compete the merchant Manchester goods. From 1906, the export of Indian yarn to China declined since produced from Chinese and Japanese mills flooded the Chinese market. Now suddenly there was a rise of business after the initial phase of the 20th century, that is because of the First World War, with British mills busy with war production to meet the needs of the army, and Indian factories also were involved to supply war needs like jute bags, clothes for the army uniforms, stands and leather boots, horse and a host of the other items. At that time, new factories were set up and old factories were run multiple shifts. After the war, Manchester could not never recaptured its old position in the Indian market. Moving ahead, so small scale industries predominated. At that time, during the war of the First World War, the Manchester market is not good. They were declined time to time, and the industry and the Indian product is very was very flourished in the British market. At that time, the small scale industry predominated over the rest of the country. Small scale productions continued to predominate. Only a small proportion of the total industrial labor force worked in registered factories. It's about the 5% of the workers involved in the registered factories. The rest worked in small workshops and household units. Handicrafts productions actually expanded in the 20th century. And by the second decade of the 20th century, weavers used looms, be they fly shuttle. So this is the last subtopic of this chapter, market for goods. As we discussed in the entire unit till now, that market for goods had a vital role in this period. It may be Britishers, it may be Indians, craftsmen, traders and industrialists. They always want to expand and extend their market in the expand their production in the marketplace. But when new products are produced, people have to be persuaded to buy them. So one way in which new consumers are created is through advertisement. At that time, advertisement have played a very vital part in the expanding the market for productions and in shaping a new consumer culture. At that time, when Manchester industrialists began selling clothes in India, they put label on the clothes bundles When buyers saw made in China, made in Manchester's written on the label, they were expected to feel confident about buying the clothes. And with the name of the label, with the name of the Manchester company, they used to put the images of Indian god and goddess regularly appeared on these labels. By the late 19th century, manufacturers were printing calendars to popularize their products, and at that time advertisement became a vehicle of the nationalist masses or Swadeshi. So I want to conclude this chapter. Now the the age of industrialists has meant major technological changes, growth of factories, and the marketing making of a new industrial labor force, and hand technologies and small scale productions remain an important part of the industrial landscape. Now the explanation of this chapter is completed. In next class I will give you some important question answer from this chapter. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye.